Hello there, how's it going? So let's continue from where we left off last time. We learned about white spaces. So you normally have your normal space that we type with the space bar, and we have backslash and that represents a new line in our code, right? You can't do hit and enter and create a space like that. That would actually not work. In order to create a new line in your output, in what you want to see, we need to add backslash n. And backslash t is a tab character. I don't think it's very important to know honestly about backslash t. It's good to know that it exists. You won't really use it. It adds a bunch of spaces. The tab character adds a bunch of spaces. It depends on your system. You can set how big a tab is. You can make it 2 spaces or 4 or 8 maybe. Anyways, now we are going to talk about stripping white spaces. Stripping is removing them because sometimes our user will type spaces that we don't want. For example, you ask them for their email. Please type your email, and what they typed is a bunch of spaces, then they type their name, and also they made it uppercase, right? And they also added a bunch of spaces at the end. We don't want that. Let me zoom it in. So there are a bunch of spaces at the beginning and a bunch of spaces at the end. We want to get rid of them, and that's what we will learn about in this section. Stripping means removing in this context. Extra white space can be confusing in your programs. To programmers, Python and Python with the space look pretty much the same, but to a program they are two different strings. Exactly, your spaces matter. For a computer they are different. Python and Python then a space, they are different. It's important to think about white space because often you will want to compare two strings to determine whether they are the same. For example, one important instance might involve checking a person's username when they log into a website. Extra white space can be confusing in simpler situations as well. I think I should remove so much text. Anyways, so let's try these examples. So we have a favorite language, which is Python. Favorite language is Python, and there's a space. Now we can type favorite language and see our variable. You can see that there's a space, right? Now there are 3 methods that we'll look at. Let me show them to you. There is a strip, there is a L strip, there is a R strip. R means right, L means left, and when there is no L and R, it means both sides. If you want to remove spaces by on just the right, we use R strip. Now spaces are gone. Or if we wanted to remove from just the left, we could use L strip. Anyways, let's see what the book is showing now. To remove white space from the string permanently, you have to associate the stripped value with the variable name. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's check our favorite variable. It will not be changed because we didn't change the variable. If we want to change the variable, we can set it to the strip. We can set it to the strip version. Now if we check favorite language, it's Python now without spaces. You can also strip white spaces from left side of a string using lstrip method. Okay, so let me show you. Let me show that to you as well. Favorite language is equal to space Python and then another space. Now I can do favorite languages language dot l strip, favorite language dot r strip, and favorite language dot strip. It's up to you. Maybe if you want to keep spaces on one end, then Python actually gives you the choice to remove just from one side using L or R. If you want to remove from both sides, well, you have a simpler method that does the job for you. Removing prefixes. I wonder if we even need that section, but anyway, let me just show you. So there's another method. Let's say URL equal to https://nostarch.com, and there is a method called remove prefix and remove suffix. You can provide it a prefix, so https:// and it will remove it. That's the idea. So we don't want you to memorize all of these methods. The idea is for you to get used to the 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 syntax, used to how we use the methods, and over time you will pick them up. Most of us do, and you won't even need all of them. There are about like 10 that we use most of the time. Like upper and lower are very useful. Now one more thing is that there are different ways of achieving the same result. For example, in this case we are using remove prefix. You might want to use some other, you might like some other way of doing it. So there's not just one way to do anything in programming. Avoiding syntax errors with a string. So let's see what the syntax error is. One kind of error you might see with some regularity is a syntax error. A syntax error occurs when Python doesn't recognize a section of your program as valid Python code. For example, if you use an apostrophe within single quotes, you will produce an error. Let's see. Oh, I think I messed up. So this is how it should have been, right? So message equal to one of Python's. Now you can see syntax errors are easy to identify because it messes up with the color of our code. Community. Now the problem is we started with a single code and there's a single code, so Python actually ended a string there. Python ended the string here, and that's the problem. If you want to use a single code, just close your string inside double quotes. For now, there are other ways of solving this problem, but for now, this is the one we would want you to remember, and this is fix it. And if you can run your code with the error, it will not blow up your computer. You can run your code with error. It will just show that there is something wrong with your code and it will not work. So we got a syntax error. Now it says after the code, I don't know what you wrote because it is trying to think it's Python, but that's not Python, as you know. That's not code. It is trying to interpret it as code, which it isn't. It's a string. It's just some text. Well, we fix it and we run it, and we are good to go. Your editor's syntax highlighting feature should help you spot some syntax errors as quickly as you write programs. If you see Python code highlighted as if it's English or English highlighted as if it's Python code, you probably have a mismatched quotation mark somewhere in your file. Very useful. So we finished strings. In the next one, we will do that try it yourself section. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.